Yes, indeed.
Another Saturday morning conversation or the Saturday conversation.
Depends on what side of the fence you're on. Either way.
Either way, we started as the Saturday morning conversation, but we're never on in the morning.
Well,
technically, we're at like brunch time.
Oh, post-morning.
Post-morning. And then
Sounds like
the name
you're
was,
crying.
I don't know, we just ended up taking the morning out. So now we're just the Saturday conversation.
Yeah.
Search us. If you type in Saturday morning conversation verse by habit, it's still going to come up.
Yeah. Either way, it's still DJ Monkey and DJ Caveman.
And Vinny the Rock Lord.
And Vinny the Rock Lord.
Still got on like the super snug tank top shit, showing off all the muscles.
Nah, leave the Shabba collection alone, man. Nah. It would have been Shabba collection if it was a fishnet.
Fishnet, yeah, it gotta be fishnet.
Yeah, it's not fishnet. It's not fishnet.
Now he's ready. He's definitely looking like the 90s Rock Lord right now.
Yeah, Vin Diesel.
But it's supposed to be like 80 degrees in the city today.
Is it?
Supposedly. I don't know, man. I'm wearing jeans and a Lions jersey. So
yeah, I'm only gonna talk about me wearing the Darryl Strawberry Mets jersey. I'm not gonna talk about anything else.
Oh,
I got pants on. Because if anything, it's not too hetero for me not to have pants on. But either way, I got them on. But yeah, supposed to be warm.
yeah, that's the moral of the story.
Yeah,
I don't know how you got into like.
No, I got beach attire on.
Beach attire.
Yeah, basically. But
are you a shoes off guy on the beach, or are you keeping it thug with the shoes on, with the sneakers on? Or are you like a flip flop guy?
Alright. It depends on if I'm going in the water. Because if I'm not going in the water, before I do anything, I got my shoes on. Right? Not really a flip flop guy because I'm not really too comfortable with sand being in between my toes unless I'm washing the shit off. Right? So when I go into the water and I come out, then I'm shoes off. Like flip flops is like useless to me. They're useful, especially on like places that got a lot of clam shells.
Oh yeah.
The broken clamshell type shits.
But are you going in the water and then coming out and then throwing the kicks back on because your feet ain't supposed to be out, or you just rocking it?
No, I'm comfortable with my toes. My toes are. I'm not gonna talk about my motherfucking toes. Like, this is not the conversation for us to be having.
No, I was just wondering because
I'm comfortable with my feet.
I have like a texture thing with wet sand, so I fucking hate the beach. Like I like going to the beach, but like going in the ocean and then coming, and I like the ocean.
Yeah.
Like I want to be like scuba. I want to be like dive certified.
All right, like Scuba Steve.
Like Scuba Steve.
All right.
But that whole like process of like coming out of the ocean and then walking over the sand and then the sand being wet and stuck to your body, like skeeves me out.
Okay. What started skeeving me out was like this whole notion of the ocean being so salty, and somebody like, oh, it's because it's full of fish semen. Like, oh man, listen, I don't need to know about that. Like, that's what kind of skeeved me out recently.
Why would anybody say like?
People get comfortable with me. Number one.
But
number two, they tell me some of the weirdest things. Like
they say the salt water is supposed to be good for your skin, though.
Yeah, sea bath. Like in Trinidad, we call it taking a sea bath. You go to the ocean. Like if you're not feeling good, you take a sea bath. Like when I'm in Trinidad, and I need to go, but when I'm in Trinidad, I go to the beach early, like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, right? Like when the sun's now coming up. Go take a sea bath, come out, get dressed, and by the time we're done taking a sea bath, across the street there's a place that sells bacon shark, like dough, bake. It's like fried dough. I'm not gonna get into all of it. If you want, look it up. Trinidad fry bake and shark, like real shark meat. So and then it's like a bar where then you have mango, you have lettuce, tomatoes, ketchup, well, whatever you want to put in it. So after we get the sea bath, we get the bacon shark. We go back in the town. When we're going back in the town, that's when all the tourists are now coming in at around like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and we're good. But yeah, sea bath. But it started skeeving me out when somebody told me about that shit.
I don't even know. Like
fish semen and whale nut. I'm like, oh man. Between that and then shrimp being the cockroach of the ocean.
I don't eat shrimp, so
that kind of shit. Like, again, people get comfortable, and I'm cool with it. But
I had a traumatic shrimp experience that I'm not going to talk about. But That's why I don't fuck with shrimp.
That does not
at all.
That does not sound like a kosher.
Shrimp.
Well,
it's actually kind of a funny story, but nah.
The fact that you had the fuck shrimp stage of things, something really traumatic had to happen. I'm just at the point where it's like, yeah, I still eat it, but the cockroaches, the sea, like that's.
They say the same thing about lobster, and I don't know if you've had lobster meat, but that shit is delicious.
Yeah,
especially surrounded by mac and cheese.
Or
inside of ravioli.
No, I made lobster mac and cheese last week.
Or just lobster, period.
Oh yeah,
it's fucking so good.
No, but you see, that was a part of me having to cut my dreads because back in the day when I had my dreads, I had them for like 8 years, and I had like a lot of uncles like, "Oh, you're one of those American rastas, huh? You go get your hair done." I'm like, I don't get my fucking hair done. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, "Oh yeah, and you eat meat. I bet you eat pork too, huh?" I'm like, at the time I wasn't eating pork. I was eating bacon, but I wasn't eating pork.
Well,
yeah. We had this conversation before how I didn't associate bacon with pork because it's two different things. It's two different words. It's
but
they're both pig. They're both pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both fake. But at that time, it's like, and they're like, "Oh, and you eat meat, and you do this." And I'm like, "Oh, man, listen. Oh, yeah." So then I was like, I got to cut my dreads because I'm getting roasted all the time from my real hardcore Rastafarian uncles. And they don't eat seafood because that's not the thing to do. But, yeah.
Fuck that. Seafood is delicious.
Again, more reason why I had to cut my dreads.
Right?
Yeah, I like seafood and I like bacon.
I like lobster meat, but I hate the process of getting into lobster. Like I hate feeling like I have to like break in my food. But
you break into your food, What's a B&E?
Or I feel like just like Neanderthal,
breaking and entering.
You know what I mean? Like I gotta beat that shit off a table to get it to crack open and shit. Like I feel like a savage.
Well, yeah.
Like even like nuts, like walnuts and shit. Like you gotta like have the nutcracker and shit. Like
I'm glad you said walnuts because the fact that you had to say nuts, just like nuts. Like what? Hold on.
See, why you always gotta go there with that though? No. It's not always down that path.
Okay.
Let me get down the path before you call me out for being on the path.
No, I was just making sure. I was like, okay, we're not. All right. But okay.
You didn't even hear the whole story, man.
No, I am. I'm listening.
This is like 20-something years of friendship.
Yeah.
We're like a fucking old married couple.
Yeah. No. I was just making sure that, we was on the same path,
So anyway, the moral to the story is any food that I have to work hard to eat, I'm not fucking with it. Pomegranate is delicious when somebody else processes that shit.
And things it out?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Although I saw somewhere on the interweb that they have an easy way to crack open the pomegranate to get all the fruit out real easy.
One of them life hack type shits?
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the fond memories with pomegranate, I'm glad you brought that up, is with my grandmother when she was still alive. I used to she used to love it because at the tail end of her life, she became a vegan. So, especially in Brooklyn at the time, there was now starting to transfer over from old Brooklyn to new Brooklyn, and a lot of vegan places started popping up where she was talking about like vegan bacon and let's go. I want to show you this place. I'm like, yeah, Gran, I'm not too sure about this vegan bacon thing. Like, I don't want to be mad at you that it's just not what it's supposed to be. She was like, well, come on, let's go for the walk. So we went for the walk. But with pomegranates, she used to love eating it. So I used to, peel them out and actually put them in a bowl for her so she didn't have to dig them out. But, yeah. Matter of fact, your grand's birthday's coming up too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
On the 4th, we partying hard tomorrow.
Yeah. I got to try to make it.
She's turning 80, man. So,
yeah.
Happy birthday to G Grams.
Actually, yeah.
My little nephew, Trey, he turned, 9 or 10 or 8.
Well, he turned a year older.
Trey's having a birthday.
He's a year older.
His actual birthday is actually tomorrow, so
okay.
Happy birthday to Trey.
Yep. Happy birthday.
He's somewhere between 8 and 10, and I'm a terrible person for not knowing how old my nephews are.
No, listen. You see, look. Well,
I know that the big nephew is 16, and the next nephew is 10, so Trey's got to be turning like 8.
Again.
I'm going to go with 8.
I'm going to help you out.
I don't even know how old I am. Fuck it.
Nah, I'm going to help you out. He's a year older. Bang. That's all you gotta be. So, like, yo, how old is he?
Yeah.
He's a year older.
But I pride myself on knowing that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and it's okay.
No, that's like how you caught me on the heels on like the colors of like the Mets and the Knicks. Like, well, what colors they wear? Because you know the colors of your Lions.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the Honolulu blue, baby.
Yeah, see, Honolulu blue. All right, cool. I forgot. Damn, what was it? Spanish blue was the
Spanish blue.
Yeah. So I had to look that shit up. I remember a couple of episodes ago, I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna style out because I'm gonna have to look this shit up. I'm not, but yeah, man.
So yeah, Dre's probably 8, just like I'm somewhere around 41, maybe.
Yeah, you're 41.
It's still up for debate, man.
No,
I've
you're
been 40. I was 40 until like 6 weeks ago.
You're in your 40s. All right, look. Again, let me help you out. You're in your 40s.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So, how old are you?
I'm a man.
In my 40s.
I'm a man of a certain age.
Yeah. A distinguished gentleman.
You know, I'm from that good generation. You know, pre-technology. So like, I know what it's like to like not have 5,000 television stations or a cell phone or like it's like we used to have to go to the encyclopedia for our shit.
Oh yeah,
everybody wanted an Encyclopedia Britannica. The shit was like $3,000 for like 26 books.
Damn, the Dewey Decimal System.
Right? I'm from that era. Like, you gotta search through all the cards, and you better not put that shit back in the wrong spot, or the librarian will come hunt you down.
Oh yeah, yo, remember that old black librarian that always used to give us a hard time?
No.
In Rochambeau, the same black lady. Yo, I swear, she morphs and she's following me because over where my mother lives.
What?
Nah, because we used to go to the library.
I don't remember any of the librarians, so...
There was a black lady, and I remember because you was like, yo, fuck that bitch.
Oh,
I remember. This is the only reason why I'm breaking it up. Nah, because I swear, right, she was over there. Disappeared for a while, whatever. So now, where my mother's living, where there's a library close by. Go to that library. Oh, fucking bitch just pops up. Oh, may I help you?
Did she remember you?
I hope not, because
you still owe me a book.
But
1990.
I think I do too. I think I do.
Yo, do people even still go to the library?
Yeah, I send my son all the time.
Oh, all right.
No, like,
Ben, when's the last time you was in the library, man?
A couple years.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I found my library card. Like I was like changing wallets, and I found my library card, and it was like in pieces. It was disintegrated inside my wallet. That was the last time I used a library card. Like,
your lamination started to come off.
It was probably the same day I went to Blockbuster.
Oh, damn!
Hey, shout out to Blockbuster, yo. Not even Blockbuster, but not Major Video.
Oh, wow!
But also
the mom and pop place with the little beads to go to the adult room.
Yo, it's funny. When I first moved to Detroit, right? Back to Detroit, rather. And I'm living on my own and shit. And then like right around the corner was like a video store, like a legit like mom and pop video store. Like, and they'd like let you just take the shit and rent it.
You could get Ernest Goes to Prison.
Yeah, I had like the little laminated fucking
Be Kind Rewind
membership card. It's like there's no like how it is now. Fucking
computerized.
But it was like right around the time when the Matrix came out and shit. So I actually watched the Matrix on like VHS and shit.
VHS?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Listen, when my aunt passed, man, she had like a laser disc. Remember laser disc?
Yeah, I remember she had that laser
12-inch fucking
Yo, it was a
CDs
record.
and shit.
It was a record. It was like a platinum record.
And you had to flip it. So like halfway through the movie, it would stop like in the mid sentence or wherever they just decided to stop that shit. Or like at the end of the scene, you have to take it out, flip it the fuck over, and then put it back in and watch the rest of that shit.
I remember we was hanging out and I saw that shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck is that shit?
So
you saw the Matrix on that?
No, I watched the Star Wars trilogy on that shit though, and this is fucking first. The Star Wars trilogy, the original shits is like 8 hours worth of movies. But imagine having to get up every like 40 minutes to turn this shit over, and then that disc is done. So then you got to get the next disc. Damn. I'm so glad they were able to shrink that shit down into like
DVDs,
into like a DVD, Blu-ray. Now you just fucking stream that shit. You know, never have to.
Yeah, you can watch that shit on your phone now.
Like I had to, like I have a DVD in my van, and I was like, damn, I need a DVD. I was like, I don't even have no fucking DVDs.
But
I don't even have no fucking DVDs. But then my lady got DVDs. So, but they're old. Like, so the other day I was watching Iron Man at the bus stop with with Jalea, and we almost missed the bus because we was in the fucking van watching Iron Man.
On DVD?
At the bus stop on DVD and shit. She was like, "Oh shit, my bus." I was like, "Oh shit, your bus."
Oh damn.
And then she got on the bus, and I still was like in the van, like leaned back watching Iron Man for like another like 15 minutes.
Had some parents calling cops on you like, this van hasn't moved in about 45 minutes.
Sometimes like when I pick her up from the bus, sometimes I get there a while early, and I'm just like, I don't want to go home because I might fucking like take a nap or fucking forget. So I just pull up. And I'm just sitting out there smoking, just looking like a fucking creep or like I'm like a FBI.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm like, yo.
And now I'm in the van, so I'm either the FBI, or I'm like a fucking
perp.
I'm just
perp.
Just some weird pervert just waiting,
a potential perp just waiting to pounce.
And I'm always like, and one day like there was like a little skirmish or something on the street, and so like the cops pulled up, and I'm like, shit.
You see anything?
Nah, like he went over to the house, and then she's like, it was a lady cop. She was talking to the people who called her, but she kept looking over at me, like looking, but like long looks, and I'm like trying checking my phone and shit, like, trying not to make eye contact, because I'm like, I don't need this chick to like, I don't need this lady to like roll across the street and shit, and the car smell like wild weed, because I've been sitting at the bus stop smoking for like the last like 20 minutes. I'm high as shit. And she stood out there till, like, I guess something happened at the school or with the school bus driver. So she was waiting for the bus. So then when Jalea comes, gets in the car, I'm like, yo, we got to go real quick. Hurry up, put your seatbelt on.
Yeah. Go.
How was school? She was like, it was good. I was like, yeah, all right. Fuck that shit. Speaking of cops.
Oh, okay. As
we transition so seamlessly, motherfucking Live PD, like my new favorite show. It's like cops, but like real time. So
Cops.
They don't edit out all the slow motion shit that happens while cops are on patrol. But they flip through like 10 or 15
different cities and
shit.
I remember you was telling me about
so
this.
So they're already in Warwick, and anybody who lives out in Rhode Island knows that Warwick is like one of them profile cities.
Oh yeah.
So
they're not in business in Warwick.
I don't understand why they're not in Providence. There's enough action in Providence that they could be. That's good TV, right? But you're gonna see a lot of people you know. But so now they went from one profile city to another profile city. So now they're in East Providence. And anybody that lives in Rhode Island understands that driving through East Providence at all with a tan is bad for your day because you're gonna get stopped no matter what. You're
gonna need a real deal purpose on being out there. And you might need papers to be like, look, see, I just came from this place, and I was picking up this. Well, why are you over here? You know there's one in...
I want to set a disclaimer, though, that I haven't been pulled over in East Providence since we got pulled over that day when they thought you was shooting motherfuckers with the fucking paintball gun.
Oh, yeah. And, me sitting in the back seat in the middle.
I don't know how that happened, but... That was the last time I got pulled over. What was that, like 1990 something? 7, 8, maybe?
Yeah, it was close to the millennium.
Yeah. So that was a long time ago. Knock on wood.
Yeah, you was still at Bryant, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we were doing a radio show for sure. But so now I'm legit. I was legit then, but like even just driving through EP is just a fucking they're just nonsense, man.
Oh yeah.
So it's gonna make for good TV, I guess, because they're gonna put a lot of motherfuckers over.
They're all trying to make detectives out there. That's what I say.
You're definitely gonna see some people on there if you don't watch Live PD. Like you're gonna see somebody you know if they're in your city and they're always in some sort of trouble. But now that they're in EP, you're gonna see motherfuckers not doing shit, getting pulled over and shit. They're just gonna cut away. EP's pulling another person over for nothing. Like let's switch to some other shit. But I'm about to drive through EP a lot, so EP police just know if you pull me over, we're only going to talk about the Saturday morning conversation. I don't give a fuck if I was speeding or not.
Well, first and foremost, you already gave at the office, right? You gave to the police fund, right? You've made your donation to the East Providence Police Fund, right?
Nah, man, I'm just going to get viral. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the minivan. My shit is tinted.
I would say to go with I gave at the office first and be like, hey, have you checked out the show?
That's it. The whole, sir, do you know why I pulled you over? To ask me about the Saturday Morning Conversation podcast. Yeah, I'm gonna be that guy.
Yeah, but don't be the Thursday night beatdown though. like I don't like doing the show by myself. Like I'm not really that.
They're gonna have to let me go.
Yeah,
give me my ticket and let me leave because you don't want to. He's gonna get so frustrated with the answers. But it's gonna make for good TV.
But I was gonna say, like, don't be the
one.
one.
And it'll be viral. I'm gonna be viral.
But I was gonna say, don't be the one sitting in your van watching and1 DVDs and be like smoking weed. Be like, what did I do, officer? Like, number one, you're parked in front of this lady's house. She's wondering what the fuck you doing, sitting in your van for 45 minutes.
No, I'm gonna get it freshly vacuumed. Shit, so there'll be no paraphernalia or anything. I'm gonna have it all cleaned out.
You're gonna have it like New York cabbie with all the air fresheners everywhere.
Yeah.
The little fancy napkin holder.
I'm gonna make sure that
bronze shit.
Make sure that I'll pass all the sobriety tests.
Okay.
Because he's gonna be frustrated enough. He's gonna be like, step out of the car. I'm gonna be like, oh, you want to take a picture with me, co-host of the Saturday morning conversation? You know, it's gonna be Saturday morning conversation every answer.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you might need a GoPro with that one. And
I'm just saying.
Let me know how that goes.
I go through EP enough that the odds of me getting pulled over and ending up on live PD are like 40%.
Yeah, and I'm mad that yours is 40% and mine is roughly about 65% of getting pulled over. And I'm walking. See, that's the kind of shit I don't understand. I'm not really a menacing kind of guy.
Because I drive a minivan now.
Well,
nobody's pulling over. Nobody's doing no illegal shit in a minivan. I'm transporting kids or pets.
Yeah, no, there was a time when people used to rock minivans, and I'm not gonna
listen.
I'm
not saying that I haven't. I'm just saying that it's a less conspicuous vehicle than like an '89 Cutlass, or whatever drug dealer vehicle is now.
Well, we'll talk about moonshiners because moonshiners used to have like the Dukes of Hazzard type cars and move moonshine like that, but like it. Nobody's really expecting you to move moonshine on a horse and wagon. Like, cops,
right, that's what I'm saying.
Cops ain't gonna fuck with me. Yeah, you know what? Cops would be bored of me like, you know what? This motherfucker, who's this guy on a horse and wagon? Like,
right.
You know,
so then they're gonna pull me over because they're gonna profile me, and I'm gonna use that opportunity to promote the show. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So get ready, EP. I'm not gonna give you my license plate number or what I drive, but. You might see a lot of minivans getting pulled over now if they listen. Any of the EP police force listen to the show.
Yeah, and I have no business walking through EP at all.
That's a long walk from you, man.
Well, no, because if I get off at the bus stop and try to go, EP and Pawtucket, they have that kind of line. Because I was thinking about going to see a Paw Sox game, so like if I go and get off the bus and gotta walk to the stadium, like I'm liable to get pulled over in that little walk.
You get pulled over by Pawtucket though, like that's a long. Let's say even a long walk from EP.
Yeah. True.
If you're an EP, like you,
I took the wrong bus. I took the wrong bus
on purpose.
Yeah, I took the wrong bus. No, I have no motherfucking business in EP, to be honest. Right about now, either way, be careful. That's the moral of that story.
Right. If you're living in Rhode Island and you got to drive through EP at all, make sure you got your shits on 10 and 2 or 9 and 3 or whatever it is right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Put your windows down and
Yeah. Don't
have your paperwork no matter what.
I was just about to say, don't get caught riding dirty with paperwork.
Have your paperwork. Make sure that shit is all matching to your car. Cause
make sure your dates are matching up.
Don't make your life difficult by not having your paperwork. If you got all your paperwork, you could be as unruly as you want to the cops. Because at the end of the day,
don't be unruly. Don't give them a reason.
Right. Don't get fucked up and shot neither.
No, because policemen, really and truly, like my father told me, they're just normal people. They're just making sure that you're staying in bounds. Like
most of them are normal people.
Yeah, but a lot of them are
the dudes that's gonna pull you over for just driving through the city and they don't know who you are, or they never seen your car before, so they just trying to get a quick bust or some shit. But they don't really even know what's going on. You're not actually breaking any laws.
No, they're doing their job.
They're
just making sure they know who's going through their tunnel.
They're being a little more proactive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But if my shit is legit and I'm not breaking any laws, hell yeah, you definitely believe. No. I'm giving you a hard fucking time. Why the fuck you pull me over?
No, see, like my whole philosophy is I have a conversation with them. I'm like, all right, I'm not doing anything. So what's going on? Like, you looking for somebody? Because if anything, like, I don't want them to roll up on me. Like, because I got stopped one time and cop was like, "Oh, where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going home." "Oh, where you come from?" "Come from the store." "You want to give me a ride home?" Because it was snowing, right? I had a little walk. It's cold. I'm like, you know what? You want to give me a ride? He was like, no. I'm like, all right, what's going on? You got any ID? No, I left my ID at home. Again, you want to give me a ride? No. He's like, no, it's okay. There's just been a couple of burglaries around in the neighborhood. Oh shit! I live up the street. So, what are they doing? Like, are they going through the back door? He was like, oh no. If anything, they just been breaking into some houses. All right, you know what? I'll make sure I lock up because I just left the house and I didn't lock up because I didn't want to carry keys and I don't want to carry my thing because it's cold and I just want to have my hands in my pocket. Cool. He's like, and I walk. But again, I get pulled over a lot by walking, and I have a conversation with cops.
I just give back the same energy though. You know what I'm saying? Because if I get pulled over, I'm that dude. Like I worked with a lot of cops growing up. Like I know a lot of cops.
Yeah, that's.
I have friends that are cops, so I understand that not every cop is coming through trying to be a dickhead.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And the quickest way to get out of a ticket is just to cooperate and be nice.
Yeah.
Hello, officer. How are you? Why'd you pull me over?
Have a conversation.
Have your shit ready. Here's my shit. My shit's in park. Not trying to run away.
See,
give me my ticket. Let me get the fuck out of here.
See,
but when they come with the extra energy out the gate,
yeah,
and I know that I'm not doing anything wrong, then you're gonna get the extra energy back. Because when you run my shit is clean, go run it, check it. I dealt with customs too much.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. The customs is on some different level of fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So like like go have fun checking my shit. I'll sit on the side of the road, and everything that you're doing is getting recorded, and it's.
Yeah, but I'm not fitting to test the waters. I'm like, you know what? I understand you're having a hard day.
I mean,
in my head, they're just doing their job, and they just want to make sure that everybody that they see, and maybe I fit a profile.
Some of them
are
doing their job. A majority of them, I think, are doing their job.
Yeah.
But then there's that wild, like 5-10% that are trying to be like a super cop.
Have a hard time,
or they have a hard time, or they bring their fucking feelings to work with them and shit.
Yeah. They're having a hard time at home and they bring that shit to work.
Yeah, like you gotta leave. But anyway, enough about the cops.
Yeah, we was gonna talk about basketball too, but
yeah, well, I mean, shit. Kawhi.
He didn't really put in work. It was more
scored 20. He scored 25 or 23 and change, 23 with being triple team.
Yeah, but
Siakam went off. I don't think like the thing about the Raptors is that they don't have enough consistent scoring.
I don't trust Kyle Lowry.
And I still got the Warriors in 6, so it's okay if they win a game or two.
Yeah.
Tonight they're getting blown out.
Is it tonight or tomorrow?
I don't know. It's like 17 days between every game in the finals.
I don't know why. But no, see, the thing that blew my mind was that Toronto had a better record than the Warriors in the season. I knew the Bucks did.
Yeah.
Like, Toronto had a better record?
Yeah.
That shit blows my mind.
Eastern Conference. Come on, man. It's like that. It's like,
I guess.
I mean, you still got to get there and you still got to win, right?
Yeah.
So, because like a lot of people will be like, oh, the AFC East when it comes to the Patriots, but they still got to go to the Super Bowl and win. Mm-hmm. Same with like the AL East is stacked.
Oh yeah.
You get the Red Sox and the Yankees. Tampa Bay is good now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So there's always a stacked division. The Western Conference just happens to be that stacked division.
Where
you go and catch
better competition.
You're going to get your lumps. You're not going to be able to breeze through.
Yeah, but I figured Golden State is just a much better squad, though.
And they didn't have Boogie for a little while. Kevin Durant, and then they do like that load management shit now where
like the Spurs
they rest. Like Kawhi rested 22 games, so he didn't even play a full season.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So that's why he's able to go off like he is.
That's the Popovich way of managing, because it's like, all right, you know what? It's not just about the regular season and the seeding. It's also about what we do in the playoffs and how we set ourselves for the long run.
It don't really matter where you get in as long as you get in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you get in and you're like the 5th seed and you rested all your guys, then you should be fresh going into the playoffs.
Yeah. No, but Popovich used to pull some bullshit. He used to do it. He used to have all his starters sit for a televised game.
Yeah.
It's a nationally televised game. It's like the Spurs versus the Lakers. Like, all right, ooh.
Right.
This is going to be a nice matchup.
People pay wild money for those tickets too.
Yeah. And then he says everybody.
Yeah.
And he seemingly does it on purpose.
They do it in baseball too though. Yeah. Like I've been to a couple baseball games and I'm like, yo, who the fuck are these dudes? Like,
no, but see, baseball is a lot more games.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I went to a Yankees game and they didn't, like, Jeter didn't play, A-Rod didn't play, like Granderson didn't play. Like it was like a bunch of, it was like the AAA team that they just brought up for like a couple days.
You know what, too?
To give those dudes mad rest.
To the Knicks games I went to, I don't think I saw Porzingis play.
Well, he's been hurt for like
not like when he was with the team. Like every time I went to see them, like I don't think I saw him play. I saw Melo, I believe, once.
Like I feel like, yo, if you're going to sit your starters, you should sit them after they start. Like let them like play like the first quarter and then sit them down.
Yeah, or like with and I know
because the fans spent the money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that was the problem with what Popovich was doing is that after everybody paid like top dollar to see this game, now all of a sudden you're sitting your stars. Now I'm getting the B-list team for A-list prices. Like, yo, what kind of fucking shit is this?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Let them play the first quarter, then sit them. At least I got to see.
But like,
see everybody play.
Should they? The question was should they have to announce that pre-ticket sale or refund?
Oh no, because I don't think they know before the season starts what days they're going to give them rest. I think it's based on like fatigue and sickness.
like what they had to do the night before and then the travel.
Yeah, nagging injuries.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I'm saying?
we just played in
the back-to-backs.
Yeah, we played in Orlando and then we just had to fly to Milwaukee and then fly here. So we have 3 games in 3 days. Yeah, I'm gonna sit them tonight. You know, fuck that.
They should have to play the first quarter, man.
Yeah,
make it like an NFL preseason game. They get a couple snaps, and then at least you got to see
the
stars.
Yeah, at least bust the sweat. You
right?
know, like at least warm up. So give me that. Like show some warm up dunks. You know, that type of shit LeBron likes to do. And like, all right, cool. Oh shit, he's sitting this game? Oh, the fuck! Like, I came to see LeBron play.
Especially if you like really like showed out for them tickets. Like,
yeah, it's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
You saved up,
or you want a date, or it's like your anniversary, some shit. You know, you got people from out of town. Mm-hmm. Everybody's
it's Thanksgiving. It's like,
I'm gonna take you to the garden.
Yo, we see LeBron. Great. Yeah, in the garden. Hell yeah, we got great seats. We're like
we're right behind the bench.
We're five seats behind Spike Lee.
Right,
we can see the back of his head. Right, like then all of a sudden it's like, wait, no LeBron.
Right,
like what the fuck? No Melo. Like what the fuck? No Durant. I'm trying to really put that onto my team. Durant being on my necks. But
you're really trying to do that shit.
Yeah, it needs to happen. But
I don't know. He's. I'm sure he'll be back for game 2. You know, he's gonna be magically healed up for game 2.
Or he might be like, all right, you know what? I heard all this talk and I heard all these whispers about how we don't really need Durant. We'll win without him. All right, cool. Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna save my body for the Knicks.
The Warriors did the same thing though with Steph Curry. That year he got hurt. They were like, "Yo, you could just sit until we lose, and then you got to come back."
And then Durant was pulling his weight. Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just keep sitting, keep resting.
Mm-hmm. We don't need you right now.
If we need you, then you got to just come on back. That's why he traveled with the team. He ended up traveling with the team because they were like, yo, if they fuck around and steal this game, then we're going to hit them.
No, but you know what? Toronto was supposed to win that game, number one, because it's their first...
It's their home court. They're supposed to win that game anyway.
It's their first finals game in franchise history, and they're hosting it. Like, they've got game 1.
It would have been real shitty if they had got fucking blown out the gym.
Yeah, especially with everybody there. And then even
but they
Drake
need to get blown out tonight because Drake is pissing me off. Like, it's...
I was just about to ask you that.
As Petty Luther King.
Yep, okay.
2 thumbs up to the homie Drake.
For
rocking a Del Curry jersey.
Who's your daddy?
Right? And then talking wild shit the whole game. Like, I called him the Spike Lee of the North. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's really on his Spike Lee shit right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I could dig it. But that shit is getting, like, he, like, walk out onto the court too much. Like, Spike never walks out on the court and shit. Like, he be in the timeouts.
Yeah, he's far too comfortable.
Yeah.
No, but isn't he part of the marketing team?
He is part of the marketing team, but that doesn't give
officially.
Him... That doesn't give him the right to be in like the other team's huddle and shit.
Yeah. Come on, guys.
Like Drake is like doing that shit that NBA players do when they roll over and try to get in the huddle. Mm-hmm. He's like,
oh yeah, try to
see what's the stealing the secrets and shit. Like nah.
Yeah, putting his hand into the huddle. Yeah, all right, come on, guys. Nice. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
And then, I mean, he got Steph Curry's tattoo. He got Steph Curry.
Oh, the Warriors.
And I think Draymond tattooed on his fucking arm. Mm-hmm. So he had to cover that shit up. That's why he's wearing that armband.
Oh, yeah.
To cover up the tattoos.
Oh, no. It wasn't for style?
So,
but yeah.
Drake's pettiness is A1.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
His pettiness is A1. The Del Curry jersey. I was like, yo. Because you figure like he'll wear like Vince or Tracy McGrady and shit.
Well, see,
But then
you got to tune in to see what he does next. Does he do a Damon Stoudemire?
Maybe. I mean, I think he should just rock the Del. Probably depends on how superstitious he is, right? He rocking the Del Curry 30.
Well, we got to see.
And they lost.
Well, we got to see.
He almost got punched in the face by Draymond, though.
He needed to, but I'm not gonna.
They was talking wild shit. I wish they were mic'd up.
Well, see,
that would have been
Draymond
amazing.
is one of them dudes. It's like, yo, you don't like him. He's like the new age Dennis Rodman, and he doesn't.
No, I love Draymond. Draymond's like, even though he went to Michigan State and fuck Michigan State, but whatever.
But
I fucks with Draymond.
He's one of them dudes. It's like, yo, you rather him be on your team than the other team.
Oh hell yeah!
You know, if he's on the other team, you hate him. If he's on your team, you love him.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yo, so this week on the show we had a special guest.
Oh yeah,
Jon Van Hees, PBA champion, Pro Bowler. He's our first episode of the Caveman and Iron Monkey Do Wild Shit.
Yeah.
Webcast or webisodes. What are we calling it, Vinny? Webisodes?
Webisodes, probably.
Webisodes, all right.
Those are going to be on the new YouTube channel, the Saturday Conversation YouTube. That's where you can also see the our beautiful mugs, during this episode and all the episodes before.
Cut it out.
Catch us in all of our Saturday morning glory. Also on the coming up on the new Saturday Conversation YouTube channel.
Yep.
That should be up tomorrow.
All right. Tomorrow.
Should be up tomorrow.
June.
If you have ideas for the show, you want to just shout us out, you want to send us your opinions.
Yeah.
We got the email addresses up. You can always hit us on the Facebook Saturday Conversation Facebook page.
The way I like to call it is join in the conversation.
There's the virtual suggestion box. You can also just email us directly, the Saturday Conversation at Gmail.
Yep.
Hit us up with the ideas and all that, and we use your idea, and we'll give you the credit.
Yeah, give you a shout out.
We'll send you a T-shirt or something.
Yeah, join the conversation. Know what I mean?
So we're gonna get into it. The audio feed that you're about to hear is from the first episode of Caveman and Iron Monkey Do Wild Shit with the man Jon Van Hees. We talked shop, interviewed him for a couple minutes, and then we got it on the lanes.
Well, Jon Van Hees, world champion bowler.
He's a world champion bowler. He's a PBA champion.
Yeah. Because people don't see me like when they see the visual.
Well, we're gonna give you the backstory real quick. Jon Van Hees he's a PBA bowler, and part of the show, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be, hopefully doing battle against the pros, and maybe we'll come out on top. Maybe we won't. Right now we're 0 for 1 against the pros.
Well, see, bowling was your thing to really like pull the team. My thing is not to embarrass my kids. So it was like, okay, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna just bowl 112. Just a modest number. So I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna bowl, and I'm gonna, because that's not one of those things that I do a lot, and I wasn't trying to like get sore and then go to work in the nighttime. I'm like, damn, my forearm, it's just all cramping on me. I got bowler's forearm. What the fuck? Like, I wasn't fitting to do that.
Fuck that. I was out there trying to beat this dude.
And that's what I'm saying. So, like, I got to find something like that I could do, that I could pull my weight, like archery. All
right, so we'll do archery.
Well,
I want to do axe throwing, too, man. We got to do axe throwing.
Really? All right.
And the R1 shit.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
And I know a golf pro, so maybe we could do Top Golf.
All right.
Top Golf could be fun.
We're
going to be doing all kinds of wild shit, man. From comedy, stand-up, getting on stage, doing our 5 minutes of comedy, trying to see if we funnier than the comedians that do it all the time.
What is the deal?
Wow.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that.
But anyway, so we interviewed Jon Van Hees, then we got on the lanes. Daoud Boulder's number.
Yep.
114.
Nah, I mean, made my number.
When you see this dude bowl, it's like
twinkle toes.
It's like Fred Flintstone and shit.
Again, it's not really my thing.
And he got like 7 holes in his bowling balls for his fingers. But and I threw a very respectable 220 something.
Nah, you got close, but then
I had him on the ropes for a minute. But I think that he threw one bad ball to like kind of give us some hope, because he threw strikes around his one open. He had one open frame, and then surrounded by the open frames was just strikes.
See,
it was just strikes. Like he was like, let me give these dudes some hope.
See,
and then
no, because
he was like, "Oh damn, he's still gonna keep throwing strikes. All right, let me flip the switch on me." And we got fucking washed.
And I was saying too, like, he's such a professional. He's sitting there and he could look at the numbers and he could do the math in his head. And he's like, all right, you know what? All right, I see what he did. All right, he got a spare. I need to strike out now. Like, he could see the score in his head. He's such a professional like that.
Yeah.
Where he could just see when he needs to turn it on. He's like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Time to earn my money.
Right?
You know what? He's like, fuck that shit.
Let me see how good these guys are. Let me see how good they come out.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. All right. They're coming out pretty good. Oh, all right. Let me test this a little bit right here.
Yep.
Okay. No, that's not where I want to be.
Yep.
And then.
Got a spare. Fucked around. Got a spare. Like, all right, you know, man, just out here shitting and giggling. Shitting. Cool. Oh, shit. Daryl's trying to really win this shit, huh? Fuck this.
Fuck this. I'm not about to lose to this dude.
Nah, man.
Like, because he knows. I'm gonna talk wild shit if I win.
Yeah,
wild shit like forever. I'm gonna like the dude that beat Jordan, the college, the money manager dude that played ball in college.
Oh yeah,
beat Jordan 1-on-1.
Where?
Yeah, the video's floating around YouTube.
Is it?
Yeah, the actual game footage is floating around YouTube.
It might have to be like YouTube Black because I don't think Jordan's letting that shit float.
It's out there. It's out there. The one time that Jordan got beat, I seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Did you?
Yeah, I watched the whole video. Like,
you gotta be careful with saying that kind of shit. That's some wild conspiracy shit right there.
The FBI, the CIA van's about to snatch me up, though. But yeah,
especially if you're
we're 0-for-1 against the pros. I tried to give it to him, but he wasn't having that shit. So shout out to Jon Van Hees for coming on the show.
Yeah.
Shout out to the interview sponsor, Mega Trucking and Repair.
Yes.
And we're gonna get into this interview now. Just understand this is from our show. So we're going to be talking about our other show on there too.
Yeah, shout out AMF Lanes as well.
Shout out Cranston, AMF, Cranston Lanes.
Yeah, Tron D.
Amy over there put it down for us, gave us the free drinks and everything, hooked us up.
Yeah, man, they were very
gave us a good facility. Everything was real lovely.
Yeah, very hospitable.
So with that, we're going to get into the interview.
Yes, indeed.
Saturday morning conversation, Jon Van Hees. As soon as I hit the play button.
Live. All right. Applause. Yes, indeed. It's called Caveman and Iron Monkey Do Wild Shit. Yes, indeed. Where we gonna be on wild ass adventures all the time. Yeah. But for the purposes of this is also the interview portion. Brought to you by Mega Trucking and Repair. Yeah. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Jon Van Hees, PBA champion. Yes. Hall of Famer. Yes. Pro shop owner. Okay. Roto Grip representative. True indeed. He's the god in all things bowling here in the great state of Rhode Island. We're inside the AMF Cranston Lanes in Cranston, Rhode Island. Yes. Welcome.
Thanks, gentlemen. Appreciate you guys having me on.
And he's a Raider fan, too.
And he's a Raider fan. Big Raider fan. Born and raised in Los Angeles, though, so it's a hometown thing. Moved to the Rhode Island area when I was 13. So I'm an LA guy. Raiders, Lakers, Dodgers, Trojans.
Oh, nice.
Just an LA guy.
Oh, nice. I thought you were just originally from Rhode Island.
Nope. 13 years old since.
Oh, all right.
So you're an implant, like we're implants.
Yeah. He's from Detroit.
I'm a Detroit guy.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York. Yeah. Not to be confused with like Brooklyn, Michigan, or somewhere else, but you know, people like to do that sometimes.
Brooklyn, Alabama.
Yeah. Brookline, Massachusetts. Wow. Yeah, not me.
So
Brooklyn, New York.
We're gonna get right into the meat of it, man. We're gonna talk shop.
Yep.
With Jon, and then we're gonna get all on the lanes, and I'm gonna teach Jon a couple things about bowling.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna try to embarrass my kids. Like, damn, that's my dad. Yeah, I'm gonna try to, keep it reasonable.
So, when did you start bowling?
I was 7 years old, about 7.5 years old, at a birthday party. My dad took me, and my dad was a regional pro, so bowling was always in my family. My mom bowled a little bit and stuff like that. So there was always a bowling environment around me, but 7.5 is when I actually got on the lanes, bowled a little bit, loved it at a birthday party. So my dad helped me get into a league when I was 7.5, and I started bowling pretty much that summer on when I was in California. I was in Riverside, California at that time.
Oh, all right, so you actually started bowling in Cali, too?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I started bowling there, and I mean, I didn't get serious into it until my teens, probably, like really, really heavy into it. But California was definitely the start. Started bowling some state tournaments there as a young guy, 9, 10, 11 years old, traveling to San Diego in the LA area. Didn't really go up north very much, but got a chance to get some exposure down there. And then, like I said, my family all did it, so just kept going.
That's nice. So do you feel like you had an advantage because your dad was a pro, like a regional pro, or?
No, because I knew more than my dad till I was like 25.
Oh, wow.
I mean, don't we all?
Right.
So I didn't really tap into him as much as I could have as a young guy because he got me to a certain point fundamentally and physically, but I was able to get myself past that pretty quickly. And a lot of what he did was old school, very methodical, physical game related. And the game at my youth was starting to really evolve quickly. I mean, we're all around the same age, so you kind of saw the game go from the plastic to the urethanes to the resins. Well, resin balls hit like 91, 92 right in that time frame, and it really elevated and changed the game as far as score and pace goes and the ability for balls to do what they do nowadays. So when you saw that happen, that was kind of the handing of the torch in a sense, equipment and performance-wise for those guys to us. So when I was 11, 12, I grew up with that stuff on. So I was able to, right, and my dad was hard. I mean, he was very tough on me as far as the way my bowling developed. He made me throw a plastic ball, straight ball, fingertip grip till I was like 14, till I learned to average 185, 190 with a straight ball. So I had to become really accurate, fairly good spare shooter. Like he said, you had to learn how to bowl. It's like physically learn how to bowl before you go out there and start doing all the things that these bowling balls are going to allow. And now the technology is going forward.
When did you know that you had a gift, though? Like rather than picking up something like basketball or baseball or tennis, what was it really and truly? Like, was it really your father? And when did you realize you had a gift?
High school.
High school?
Yeah, high school. Because I was considering myself an athlete. I wasn't like an overwhelmingly big guy or sizable. So football and basketball weren't like big sports for me.
Okay.
Baseball, I love baseball. Still to this day is probably my number one love as far as a sport goes. I love baseball. I was really good at it in high school. I didn't have work ethic anywhere near what you needed to be a major league level player and stuff like that. I had a lot of good hand-eye coordination, a lot of natural talent, but I never really tapped that. Okay. When I bowled in high school, I had that same thing where I was a really good athlete. I could average pretty high, and I was always among the better kids, but I always placed among the top in most of my tournaments. Like, even after a bad tournament, too, next term would be top 5, next one would be top 3, next one would be top 5, then I'd win one, then I'd win one. And I was like, it just came so much more easy to me in the bowling sense. So, late teens, kind of into high school, I started to really lean that direction, getting away from all the other sports, get away from baseball, and start focusing all my time and my efforts into my bowling.
Nice.
So 17, 18, 19, probably right around that time frame.
Oh, nice. All right.
So everybody wants to throw the perfect game, right?
Absolutely.
So I don't have any, but I know you have some. You pulled some against me. So when did you throw your first 300? Was it like super early? Like I hear a lot of there was an article out a couple months ago about the kid who's like 11 throwing a 300 game.
Yeah, I think 10, maybe even I don't think it's 8 years old, but 10 years old I believe is the record now for youngest ever to throw one. I was 15. Do my first one. It was in a no-tap tournament. So a no-tap, at that one, it was a 9-pin count or better. So if you threw a 9 or a strike, it was a strike. If you got 9, you struck. If you got 10, you struck.
Oh, okay.
I bowled it in that tournament. It's a non-sanctioned event in southeastern Massachusetts at a bowling center called Fairhaven at the time. And when I shot it, it was a non-sanctioned event, and I threw 12 real strikes for the 300 game. So that was my first one. And I was like happy about it, but I didn't get any awards for it, didn't get any recognition for it because it wasn't a sanctioned event. And back then, sanctioning was a big important thing. It's just like it is now, but I mean, it was really important then because you didn't have as many organizations and things like that. So credibility really came with that sanctioning. So I didn't get it for it, and I was pretty disappointed. My dad gave me his 300 ring to be like, you did it, it's cool, we all saw it, we all know what happened, but 2 weeks later, I shot my actual first one in a sanctioned league in Rhode Island at 15. It was, I was 3 months shy of turning 16 at Quidnick Lanes in Middletown, Rhode Island.
Okay.
So I got that one, got that sanctioned one. That was January 97.
You still now, I'm sure you've thrown many since then.
How many have you thrown?
I've thrown 7 in the PBA. I've thrown well over 100 in leagues, tournaments, things like that. Honestly, haven't kept count since about 2008. I had about 42 at that time because I used to write them all down, the dates, the locations I shot them in, even the game I shot them in some cases, just to kind of learn what games I was good in and stuff like that.
Is there a record for that? Do you know what that would be?
I mean, there's a couple of guys that are well into the 200 and 300 range now.
Wow.
Parker Bone one time told me that in passing, I mean, he's well into the hundreds in the PBA, 100, 130 in the PBA, somewhere in that range, but he's got probably 300 or 400 more like outside of that in bowling. So what the true record is, I couldn't honestly tell you. It's a hard number to really track because so many get missed in between the cracks in our sport because of sanctionings being turned in and things like that. I mean, I know I've got a bunch that never got turned in. Right. I mean, I've for money. Most of my 300s that I got paid a bunch of money for were non-sanctioned events. You know, you go bowl down in New Jersey, we'll go to New York, we bowl the UGA,
you get the money,
things
but
like
not
that.
the notification, like recognition for doing it.
Right, there's certain amounts of money you have to make in order for them to send you 1099s, things like that. So, you know, this is going back 15, 20 years when I first started getting out there and traveling.
Really before the internet, so before like you could like take a picture and be like, see, I did it.
Absolutely, yeah. Wasn't much of a paper trail, exactly.
Yeah.
Things have changed a
You just
little
had
bit
the
now.
story and hope there was somebody there to see.
Yeah.
Right.
I remember the tales of when he beat me or something, and he rolled a 300 on me. Damn, that was supposed to be my day.
Yep.
I almost threw one pre-bowl, which is like when you bowl before.
Like
I can't bowl this week, so I'm gonna pre-bowl and put my scores in for that week.
Okay.
And I threw 11 in a row and left. I threw 10 in a row and left like something ugly, and then ended up finishing like 279.
Yeah, still good score. I mean,
It was bad.
you learn 300s. I mean, it's hard. Obviously, some people do downplay it a little bit once they have a couple and stuff like that. Because once you get it, you realize that all you're trying to do is just go through that experience, that emotion for the first time, trying to get your first one. But after you get one or you get two, you realize that the shot in the first frame and the shot in the 12th frame are the same shots. They have to strike, so you have to make good shots. So the one in the 9th and 10th and 11th shouldn't feel any different than the ones in the first and second.
do you ever get bored and try to switch hands?
Not switch hands. I will mess around and throw some plastic balls, things like that. I'm terrible left-handed, and I leave it at that. I don't try and mess with that too much.
Okay.
I did actually have a doctor recommend to me, though, to bowl a little bit left-handed to create a little more symmetry in my body. Because obviously with all the bowling right-handed,
Scoliosis.
hundreds of thousands of games and stuff, right? Shoulders being out of line, hips and knees and things like that. So there was a little bit of a, hey, you should bowl a little bit left-handed every couple weeks just to keep your body kind of symmetric more.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
So I did that a little bit, but it's just not fun. It's not fun to not be good at something. So I don't like to do it.
Damn, I stink at this left-handed. Like, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm done. Let me find something else to do.
All right. But it was cool because we actually did that for our training camp. One of the first times I did it is we were learning to coach younger players and beginning players. So they made you bowl left-handed after you're so good right-handed, and they made me bowl left-handed, and I was awful. They were like, okay, see how frustrated you are, how bad you are at it? That's how a beginner's going to feel. That's how somebody coming to you for the experience and the knowledge is going to feel. So do that a little bit. Just understand how hard it is to do what you do well, and then go coach somebody. And that'll help you teach them and put yourself in their shoes a little bit easier. So it was a pretty cool spot to do that.
So now you represent Roto Grip.
Yep. Roto Grip Vice Inserts. Signed with them just recently over this break, so I haven't had a chance to do any of the logos on the shirts and stuff like that. Got some patches and things. Roto Grip and my pro shops are usually the logos I wear on the actual jerseys when I compete out on the tours, at home, any local events. Always have those logos on.
Nice. And so you throw these balls exclusively, or are you like on that Tiger Woods shit where you're like Roto Grip, but you like another kind of ball that just does something for you, or like
We just scrub off the logo.
I don't mess around with any other brands. Roto Grip and Storm are my two. So Storm is actually the parent company of Roto Grip.
Okay.
Storm is the biggest company in bowling as far as high performance bowling balls go, cleaners, polishes. I mean, they are the one. So I'm under the best label possible, and they gave me a chance to represent a brand that's very important to them. Got lots of good stuff. A couple of the best players on the planet are all Roto Grip guys. Anthony Simonson, Marshall Kent's a Storm guy. Got so many young guys. The Tang brothers are both Storm and Roto. So you see a lot of try to create parity on the brands. Storm obviously has a much, much bigger staff. Roto Grip, I believe, only has 8 national staffers. But in this area, one of the reasons why I ended up with Roto Grip was the business side of it and the ability to pair up with my partner. He's a Storm guy, so now I'm a Roto Grip guy. Now we got it all.
How did that come about? How did they approach you with that sponsorship?
So I was a tour rep for another brand last year doing the men's and women's touring. So I did the equipment, preparation, basically the coach for the men's and ladies tours. And I loved it, had a great time doing it and stuff. But after being gone so many days on the road, and with the upcoming season having a larger schedule, more days on the road probably in my future, and just knowing what I had just gone through and stuff like that, I sat down with the family, sat down with my partner, and we talked about the amount of time I was gone. And it put a lot of stress on them. So as much as I loved it, as much as it was good for me, and I think the growth for me was there, I had to take into account what it was doing to other people. And everybody was behind me and they were going to back me going to do it again. But you could kind of tell in the conversations, the mood that everybody was in, having the conversations. And I realized I had to figure out a way to stay home a little bit more. So I opened up my avenues. I said, hey, guys, I'm going to listen to what everybody else has to say. And I'm going to see what decision, what comes across my table that makes it the best for me to stay home with my family and helps me put as much as I have been on the table with somebody else, if it is, or with you guys. We'll see what happens. And Rotary Grip and Storm came in, and I mean, they put it down. It was almost a no questions asked deal. There was so over the top and such an opportunity. I had to get it.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. So you've been on the tour for a little while. You won some championships, and so my question right now is like, how would you differentiate what you do on the pro tour versus what I do in league play? Like, what's the major difference? Because people think bowling is like, oh, just take the ball, throw straight, hit the pins, which it is at the basic. But there's a reason why I'm not on the pro tour.
Yeah, on the scratch level.
And you're on the pro tour. So, like, where's the difference in the games with the two?
I mean, there's a lot of levels to it. So it depends on where you're competing at locally and stuff like that. The thing that makes the pros so much better is their ability to repeat shots, make adjustments in their equipment, make adjustments in their physical game, handle their lifestyle on the road, deal with injuries, deal with the amount of games you bowl, deal with all the stuff your hand does, deal with the highs and the lows, deal with your family life. I mean, able to put everything together, because it takes a special kind of person to be able to go out on the road that much and really not have a life at home like you would have a traditional life at home. They're not in their house 320 days a year, only occasionally leaving for weekends. They're on the road 200, 250 days a year, traveling the world, some of those top-level guys. So the lifestyle, I think, really is what becomes the hardest thing, because at the end of it all, once you get on the lanes, it's just bowling. So able to handle everything around it and able to keep yourself in like top competitive shape to go through the grind of all those traveling hours, all those traveling miles, all those games. I mean, that's what really separates the good from the great.
So it's a lot more mental than physical. But like, what about the conditions? Like, I know that you guys play on the pro pattern. Like, how much different is the pro pattern from the house shot?
They give you much less room for error. So on a house shot, they're going to give you definition. They're going to give you a lot of oil in one place. They're going to give you a lot of dry in one place. So they put conditioner on the lane, oil on the lane, and they put it for certain distances, and they blend it in certain ways. So if they showed you a picture of it, it would look like a map almost in a sense of where the oil is on the lane. You could tell, okay, there's a heavy amount of oil here. There's very little amount of oil here for this distance. So you can see that, and then you go out there and throw your bowling ball, and you'll see your bowling ball react on the lane to that. Bowling balls, the more aggressive they are, they're designed to create friction. Friction grabs the lane, creates hooks, like a car tire. That's one of the analogies we like to use back and forth. If you think of a bowling ball, the outside shell is your tire, the inside is your engine. So you need to make sure your engines and your tires match the road surface you're competing on. When you get that and you put all those variables in there, as those change, it's fast on the pro levels. The rev rates are higher. The guys use a lot more surface. These guys are skilled. They can play all parts of the lane. So you see the lanes tear apart much faster. So on the pro tours, they give you no definition, really, in a lot of the patterns. You have to build your own. And the house shots, they give you lots of definition, and you kind of just have to do whatever the lane gives you, in a sense, right from the get-go. And there is some transition on house patterns, obviously, but you don't see it as much because the definition is so high that your ball is going to see one or the other. And that's where some guys can struggle or do really well with that. So creating the definition on the lane as a pro is the hardest part, because when you're in house shot, it's easy. You throw it to the right, it hooks. Keep it inside, it doesn't hook a whole lot. Right. You go out on tour, you throw it to the right, it doesn't hook. You keep it inside and it hooks a mile, and you're like, oh boy. It's a much, much different animal. So you have to learn to see those things and then learn how to bowl in that environment. The patterns don't start really all that much harder, but as they go on, as the tournament goes longer and longer, that's when you start seeing it really become obvious who's good and who's not.
Do you get people cheating, asking like the lane mechanic, like, all right, so how did you oil the lane like before like a tournament? Or like, all right, so I know how the oil is on the lane and how the conditions are before. Is that allowed? Or is that?
I mean, you can talk amongst your ball reps. You can ask the lane man anytime. The PBA has his designated lane guy that does the lanes out there. We go to the national tournaments and things like that. They have lane guys. They'll bring in Kegel's a company that does lane conditions. Brunswick does lane conditions. A lot of different companies do the lane maintenance for us. So when you go there, you can get information from those guys. But I can tell you, even though you see it, even though you know a lot about it, it helps you prepare, which is why it's very important to know. Once you're out there, though, still got to make the shots and have the reality in front of you. What happens.
Yeah, we all kind of heavy on the right side today, so you might want to be careful of that.
Right.
Be like, yo, say that a little bit quiet. That's too loud.
One of the things I always wondered, and we talked about it, I think, a couple years back, is like, how come like the bigger shoe companies and like like sports athletic companies like the Under Armours and the Nikes and the Reeboks, like how come they haven't like ventured into the bowling arena? Because there's so many people that bowl, not necessarily on the pro level, but like on the amateur level and like in the like the league level.
Yeah, the civilian.
There's got to be like
the civilian level.
Like 100,000 bowlers out there at least that are like registered bowlers, but like I can't go buy Nike bowling shoes. I have to like have them like cobbled.
Right. Yeah.
Like, is there a reason? Do you think there's a reason why, or like is the PBA doing anything to try to get like some of these major like athletic?
PBA is doing everything they possibly can to bring in as much sponsorship as they can. Obviously, they have a great product to sell. It's like anything else in sponsorship and marketing. You have to be able to sell a product to somebody so that they're willing to invest into it, you know, a time frame, an amount of money, whatever they're going to have to put in to see it be successful, and they want to make money. Somebody wants an ROI, return on their investment, bottom line. So I'm assuming, not knowing, that nobody's been able to put forth something to Nike, Brunswick, Nike, Reebok, Under Armour, any of those companies that can give them that funding or that support to get it going. You have a couple bowling companies that do shoes. Dexter does shoes. They're owned by Warren Buffett. I mean, Berkshire Hathaway is a company that owns Dexter Bowling. So they do tennis shoes, running shoes.
That could be a reason why they don't do that. They don't want to mess with him.
Right. I mean, that could be one of the things. He might have enough of the market share where they don't feel like they can get in there and get involved. I mean, if you think about high-performance shoes, that's where Nike and those guys are going to probably want to initiate the market. And now, Nike did have bowling shoes back in the 80s and 90s. I mean, I have guys that still bowl now that have them that are like 30 years old. It's pretty wild to see them. I mean, they're old, though. They look like the old oh man, it was
they're like the gremlins of shoes.
Yeah, they're just got that old plain Nike swoosh, the big old rubber bottoms. Can't remember the style name of them though, man.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't the Air Force Ones, but they look just like the old. You can't remember the name of the style of Nikes,
not like
but
Cortez or something.
Cortezes, that's exactly what they are. Look just like the old Nike Cortezes.
Yep.
A little bit more like a rounded toe. There's a couple guys had those. So Nike did make some shoes back then, but I'm assuming more bowlers than you have 14 million bowlers at one point.
And then they probably
now you're down
out
to like a million and a half, I think is where we're at right now.
Warren Buffett probably did squeeze them out though.
Could have been. Man. You know, I don't know exactly. I don't get into the numbers and stuff like that of what that is.
Conspiracy theories.
What's your stance on the two-handed bowler? Seems to be like the new wave.
I think it's fantastic. I really do. Yeah, I mean, when you look back at it and stuff like that, a lot of people are upset because they never put rules on how you deliver the ball. If they did, we would obviously have abided by those rules. But a lot of the argument then becomes, well, these guys wouldn't be as good if they threw it with one hand as they are two-handed. And I don't think that's true either. I think guys are good because they've adapted to the environment they're in. If these guys could throw two-handed, it'd be great. I promise you, they probably could have thrown it one-handed. It'd been great, too, because they have great mindsets. They have great work ethics. They're great players.
Well, how do you feel about the kids doing it, though? Like, do you feel like it's like, you know how, like, Little League doesn't let kids throw the curveball early on? Like, do you feel like it's going to, like, tear up their shoulders?
No, because when they're doing that for baseball and Little League, they're trying to prevent injuries. They're trying to keep kids safe. When you're bowling two-handed, you're fine. You're not going to injure yourself any more than you would one-handed.
You know, that's like basketball and shooting a free throw underhanded.
Right.
So, like, you could do it as a grown man, but they're like, come on, grown-ass man, shoot the foul shot. Overhand, like, come on, stop taking a granny shot. Like, some people frown upon the two-handed shot, like an underhanded free throw.
Right, but the rule says stand behind this line and get it through the basket. The rule says stand behind that line and knock down all 10 pins. Whatever way you do it, as long as it's a legal delivery, which is basically if you release it and it goes that way, it's legal.
It's just like saying, well, you can't throw it left-handed, you have to throw it right-handed, or you must do it like, it's
and
just
they do
like
have rules on that. You can't just switch hands in the middle of like a handicap tournament. If they have an average where you're getting pins or in a handicap environment, you can't go left-handed, right-handed. If you're in a scratch environment, you can go left-handed, right-handed all you want because there's no benefit, there's no evening of the playing field in any sense. So lefty, righty, that's okay. Two-handed, whatever, you're good.
Yeah, you gotta make your designation up front.
Right.
And then just stick with that throughout the whole match.
If you're bowling, because they're going to give you an average on your right hands, and if you bowl left-handed, you'll get a different number and a different average for that hand because you figure your ability's going to change. So you can't just change them up in the middle of most tournaments. Scratch tournaments, though, you're okay to do it. We had a guy that bowled in NEBA, Chris Viali, our best sponsor, our second best sponsor NEBA, one of the most fantastic people in the world. He bowled with a torn ACL, so he bowled left-handed for his strike shots and shot his spare shots right-handed off his right foot because he couldn't slide on his left knee because he tore his left knee playing basketball, I believe. And he made a couple cuts in the scratch organization in NEBA. That's how talented this guy was. He made a couple of our finals bowling left-handed for strike balls and shooting his spares right-handed.
Wow. So that's what I was thinking. Like, if you could possibly do that.
Yeah, there's a kid in this area that did backup two-handed for a long time until he went to college, and basically the need to be able to throw it harder and get more on it became overwhelming, and he had to learn to throw it the traditional two-handed way now.
Depending on the shot, he would switch hands?
Right, well, he wouldn't switch hands. He'd just back it up. He'd make it backspin like a lefty, or he would throw it normal like a righty. So he could change it up that way, right?
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And see, to me, that is talent. Like, what's wrong with... You can police it to a certain extent. I'd rather them police the equipment than police the way people deliver a ball. I can go out there and outwork any two-hander in the world if I choose to. I'll go out there and work, and I can beat anybody. Two-handed, one-handed, doesn't matter. I mean, the best player in the world right now is Norm Duke. He's got the lowest rev rating. He throws it one-handed, and the guy's 55.
Right.
What's wrong? I mean, that's the way it is right now. He's bowling the best there is in the world. So, knocking 10 pins down, it's knocking 10 pins down, no matter how you do it. I love two-handed. I think it's fantastic. I wish I would have done it.
Yeah.
But I didn't, so I do what I got.
Right. Who's the best guy that you beat on the lanes?
Actually, I have a follow-up question to that. But
Like, where you were like, damn, I don't know. Like, were you like kind of maybe questioning yourself a little bit, but then you ended up beating them?
As far as like the person that goes, or like,
Yeah, like we were like this is the biggest challenge of my bowling career. Like, I need to win this.
people-wise, obviously bowling any one of the all-time greats, like bowling Norm Duke, bowling Pete Weber, bowling the Walter Ray. Those would be the greatest like matches from an individual standpoint, and I bowled all those guys at least at one point or another. I beat Walter Ray in New Hampshire in a tournament where Walter actually missed the 10-pin. Like, he's the greatest spare shooter of all time. This guy could literally shoot 1,000 10-pins and not miss any. He missed the 10-pin somewhere in like the 7th or 8th or 9th frame in New Hampshire in a tournament called the High Hopes Tournament. It's a benefit for charity. And I doubled in the 10 frame and left a 10-pin on my last ball, so 29 pins in the 10th to win the match by 1 pin. And earlier in that game, he missed the 10-pin, and that's what led to me having the chance to win that match.
Did you get on your knees and go, yeah?
I gave it a little fist pump. A few people in the back were a little bit more pumped than I was about it and stuff like that, because you don't want to show any disrespect to them. I mean, this is the GOAT, you know what I mean? You're not going to try and throw it. I mean, I can win this one match. This guy's going to laugh.
It's like dunking on Jordan.
Yeah, right, you're right, dunking on Jordan. I was going to be like, hey, good try, Jordan. I'm going to walk away. But...
Yeah, act like you've been there before, you know? Act like this is not going to be the last time you did it.
Yeah, so I didn't give it anything overwhelming, nothing crazy to be disrespectful. But I did give it a little fist bump. I mean, Pete Weber, that was probably the coolest one for me, because that's the guy that, you know...
He talks the most shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what you want to be proud.
That's
like,
it.
Especially when somebody talks so much shit, and then you beat them, you're like, you know what? Yes, I did. Woo! And then you're looking at belly bump everybody.
Is there a lot of shit talk on the circuit?
I wouldn't say necessarily a lot of talk. There's a lot of antics. People will do certain things,
like
slow pace down.
Tie your shoes together.
Yeah, they'll put towels on your bowling ball. People will move around in the lane. They'll bowl in certain manners. They'll pull their ball rep out in between shots. I've had guys go back and talk to their ball rep before the shot a spare, just to take more time and things like that. So, I mean, there is a lot of gamesmanship that happens out there. There's no, like, disrespectful trash talking at the pro level. You might get a little bit of chirping here and there, but I've never heard too much. You go and bowl some other stuff, you get into more your amateur organizations and some of the stuff like UVA, the underground bowling, you get a lot more talk in there, stuff like that, but that's what the environment calls for, so you really enjoy it and you kind of get into the moment.
That's like the Fight Club level of bowling.
Absolutely, yeah. It's fun. You guys ever want to see bowling at a really fun level, come see a UVA match. It's
UVA?
Wild. Wild.
We might have to do that. We might have to do that.
Cool.
I got to get my permission slip signed.
I like to talk a little shit.
Yeah, you guys would love it. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I might have to get my permission slip signed for that one.
So where you at next? Where's the next tournament you're bowling?
Leaving for Las Vegas on Saturday, June 1st, night flight. We're bowling the national tournament, which is a teams, doubles, and singles event. A bunch of guys from around this area going out there and bowling on June 3rd and 4th, Monday, Tuesday. Flying back home that Thursday, and we got a local tournament here in Cranston, the doubles weekends.
Oh, nice.
So we'll do that, and then after that, I'm off to New York to Yonkers for a PBA regional, the 14th, 15th, and 16th.
Be careful of the crackheads from Yonkers.
Yeah.
Be careful of the crackheads in Yonkers.
I spent a lot of time in Yonkers, bowled a lot of tournaments there. My actual UVA team that I bowl for is out of Brooklyn. So,
Yep.
Nice.
You see?
Yeah, they bowl Melody in Brooklyn, so Melody Lanes.
You ever been to Brooklyn Bowl?
No, I have not.
That's one of them places that I love to go in Brooklyn. Anytime you get a chance, it's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Like, one time I went bowling, and then all of a sudden they had a live concert. I was like, oh shit, it's a live concert. I just paid the bowl, and now all of a sudden I'm getting a free show. And I'm like, all right, I'm done bowling. I walked over to the show, and then they have a restaurant too. So
yeah, that's good. That's the best way to have it. Restaurants and everything attached to it.
Yeah, especially when it's good food.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I got that perk down at my center, my little local center in Old Mountain Lanes. It's got a restaurant, a coffee shop, and a little 24-lane bowl center.
Yeah, especially like you traveling all the time. Like you're probably gonna be like, oh man, damn, you guys got this. And I don't want to say a name of a restaurant, but damn, you got this shithole place. Damn, you ain't got nothing else. Like, come on, like
I'm a pretty picky eater too, so
yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's always nice when they have a good place like that. That's what you want to see. You want to see a bowling center that has multiple like revenue streams, multiple entities to draw from. That's what most centers have become now. All the stuff being built nowadays.
To actually invest and show that they care.
Right, absolutely. And you wanted to bring in a younger crowd because bowling, it's not easy for young kids to come bowl. Balls are heavy. I mean, 6 pounds is the lightest bowling ball you're going to find for a 10-pin game. Finding a 3 or 4-year-old boy or girl to go throw that ball down the lane isn't always that easy. So you want to have video games, redemption, a family atmosphere where you can bring them in, have a meal.
Especially 3 game frames, you know? Right. Especially 3 game frames.
Right. I mean, the junior programs, my son's 7, 8 years old. He turned 8 this year in the middle of the season, and they're out there bowling 3 games a league. You get through 1 or 2 games, and everything's okay. But by that 3rd game, man, it's tough to keep them focused on what's going
that's
on.
That's when they settle into their true character.
Right. That's a long time. You're talking 2 hours, 2.5 hours. It's a long time to keep a kid occupied. So,
well, I think it's time to get on the lanes now. I want to appreciate you coming through. We're going to step on over to the lanes and... you're going to show us what it's all about. Well, I'm going to show y'all what it's all about.
Yeah, nice.
I'm going to start my trash talk early.
Nah, come on, man. Like, I'm just not trying to embarrass my kids. Like, come on. Dad's trying to put in a good, solid effort. Like,
that's it. Just give it a good, solid effort, man. That's all you
and
can
I got my Flintstone Twinkle Toes approach and coming up to it. You know, but one of my follow-up questions, but as we're wrapping up, just as a little light fluffer note, I was asking you about movies, right? Or TV shows or like bowling stuff. But more so bowling characters. Like there's an Al Bundy, there's the movie Big Lebowski. Like character-wise, like who's the best one for you?
So who represented bowling the best, or who did I enjoy the most?
Who did you enjoy the most? Bowling character-wise, because I like Al Bundy, number one. Then there's Fred Flintstone. There's Big Lebowski, there's Kingpin,
Homer Simpson.
Yeah,
I mean, Homer was a big one, right? So Homer was probably the coolest one to me because Simpsons was so big in my lifetime. My buddy Donnie's a big Simpsons guy, got a Simpsons bowling ball, Simpsons bowling shirt, stuff like that. So Homer was cool, but I would have to say probably the guy Jesus from the Big Lebowski. Said Jon right? What's his name? He was in Transformers 2. He was the agent.
John Turturro.
John Turturro.
Yeah. His character was, because that's just, I laughed every time I saw him. He was dumb as hell, and I laughed every time.
Murray's character, he was a real dirtbag.
Yeah, he was. And see, there's real life people like that too, so you can kind of relate to that.
There'll come a moment in your life when you're gonna have to face the music, and today's your day. Pull off on him.
Yeah, Kingpin was good, man. You still see a lot of Kingpin references in the bowling world. That movie stuck with a lot of us. That was a good.
See a lot of those guys on tour, like real deal characters like that on tour.
Randy Peterson's the announcer for the tour and stuff like that. He was in Kingpin throwing a couple shots. You saw Parker Bone and Kingpin in there. So you've seen the guys that were actually in that movie. That it was a little bit of a crossover because you saw some of the stars that we actually had.
Oh no, I was talking about like on a personal level, like people that are real deal dirtbags like that. Without calling their names, I thought you was calling a dirtbag by name.
I know, right? I was like, that's getting messy over here.
No. That guy, stay away from that guy.
No. But all those guys I just mentioned, I actually love quite a bit. There's trust me, they're people. So there's always dirtbags. There's shitty people everywhere in the world, man.
That's true. That's true.
And the funny thing is, there's a couple of them that are on the lanes that are just absolutely amazing, and then you get them off the lanes, and it's just not as great. And vice versa. There's some guys that when they're on the lanes, I'm a little more reserved on the lanes. I don't like to talk a lot. I'm pretty to myself. I'm a pretty shy guy. When I get to know you, I talk. I don't. I mean, I could walk through a bowling center, not know anyone, and for 7 hours not say a word to anybody and be totally okay. Yeah. But if I knew everybody, I would try and talk to as many people that approach me as I could.
Some people like the beast comes out when they're on the lane.
Right. I'm on the lanes. I mean, it's kick the shit out of you. I don't want to be your friend. I want you to change why you even do this sport anymore. I want you to go home and never do it again. Like, I want to beat you to death.
That's a good mentality.
That's on the lane.
Or make you cry in the corner type.
Right.
And on that note, we're gonna get on over to the lanes.
All right.
Catch John at the tournament, so they're gonna be on TV.
So the national tournament is live broadcast on web streams and things like that. So bowl.com has that stuff where you can find the tournament. It's a USBC Open Championships. It's in Las Vegas.
Can people follow just you? Like
if they live stream our pair, yes. I don't know if they do. I don't know the schedule. So
do you have like any personal like online sites where people like could follow you, like fans, and be like, "All right, well, this is what I'm doing."
I got a Facebook page. I got an Instagram page.
All right.
I don't post as much as I should, but I do post a little bit and stuff like that. Lots of pictures on Instagram, a couple of videos here and there. So my Facebook's easy to find. It's just Jon Van Hees, JonVanHees. My Instagram is Meta World Hees. Laker fan, Ron Artest. I love the name. So,
yes, that's my dude.
So a little play on words. I like that one. So.
I like that. Yeah.
Snapchat was the Filthy Brunsky.
Oh, nice.
So it's coming up with some fun names, and we got a website for the Pro Shop, StrikeFXProShops.com. All one word. F and X are the two letters, not the word FX. It's just the letter F and letter X after Strike. And you can follow up on all of our locations there, find us when we're working and stuff like that. And then the PBA, obviously, any tournaments they have that they're going to have on TV. If I'm competing in it, there's a chance I'm on live TV. If I'm not competing in it, then there's not.
Meta World Hees. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Jon Van Hees in the building. We're about to go get on this bowling alley.
Yes.
And there'll be more video to come.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for coming on.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Absolutely. Sir.
All right, let's go hit these lanes.
All right.
Yeah, man. Jon Van Hees, shout out. Having on the show. Basically, what happened after that is that I went out and I was torching him for like 6 frames.
Oh, yeah.
And then he showed me why he's on the PBA tour and why I am not on the PBA tour.
Yeah.
That's basically how that went down. Check the video coming soon. Probably within the week or so, you'll be able to watch a couple episodes of Saturday Conversation, as well as episode 1, the pilot episode of DJ Caveman and DJ Iron Monkey do wild shit.
Yes, indeed.
Because some of the shit we're going to do is going to be pretty wild. Some of it might not be as wild.
Yeah.
But some of it's going to be like, wow.
Yeah, because some of the things that you had on the list, I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, man. We got to do more. That's what's going to make us go viral, dog.
See, bowling is cool. Like, I didn't embarrass myself. I was comfortable in that zone of things. Some of the other things on the list is like,
some of it's going to be uncomfortable, man. Yeah. Some of it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be great television.
Would it be?
It will be.
Okay.
When we skydive.
It better be good enough television where I can pay for a therapist or some shit on the back end, because some of this shit it might be traumatizing. But hey, YOLO.
It's for the people, yo. But that's going to do it for another Saturday Conversation.
True indeed.
Catch us next week. Catch us all the episodes available on iHeartRadio.
Yes.
Spotify.
Yes.
SoundCloud.
Yes.
I'm Apple Music.
Yes.
YouTube.
Yep.
I'm forgetting one. Oh, Facebook.
Facebook, don't forget.
Don't forget about the Facebook.
No.
Catch us doing live shit on the Instagram.
Yes.
Follow us. Saturday Conversation at Facebook. Twitter coming soon too.
Oh yeah.
We decided that we're going to need our own Twitter account at this point.
Yeah.
Just for show debauchery.
Yeah.
And shit. You know, separate y'all thugs from our personal pages.
Yeah, because I'm not that good with Twitter. So as a unit, yes, go team. and individually, I'm like, all right, guys, I'll catch up with y'all, and I'm gonna wait for the bus.
Yeah, check us next week. We out, man. That's gonna do it. It's another Saturday morning conversation, episode 36.
Yeah,
in Los Books. We out. Right. I think we need to also make sure that we're looking at the actual camera. We don't spend a lot of time like